Hi everyone, welcome to the Matrix Oracle. My name is Audrey. I am your host for this Astro forecast for this 777 portal. Okay, so all the way to this weekend, so Friday, July 7th, we have a resonance with 2023 that equals number 7, July 7. It's a lot of sevens. I see someone popped up with a number 777. I find it very interesting. Okay, so this is the reading for the weekend. So going into this energy, July 6th all the way to the 9th, 2023. I am giving you a little bit of different information. And what I mean by this is different than what you've been looking at for the past few days. You know, I like to show you some of the movement of the energy reaching our lower self, our selves, our body, our physical reality, our matrix. And there's different layers. You have the mental, you have the emotional, but you also have the spiritual. So here I am tapping into the heliocentric astrology. I do all types of astrology. Bring it on. I love it. So heliocentric is where you receive the information of the light codes. Okay, some of you may have heard, of light codes, light work, all this type of things. This is the perspective from the sun, looking at the earth. So some of you may not know this little symbol here. You see here, this is Venus. Okay, well, what's going on with my hand? And then here we have like a reverse Venus. This is the symbol of the earth. And you see it's very close to the moon. They're together because obviously from the perspective of the sun, they're together. Okay. So the way that I do this, again, this is computer based. You can find it, heliocentric astrology. This is not as popular, but as far as portals, as far as energy that is being transmitted, okay, this is interesting as well. Hi, Pikachu. So we have here a position. So first of all, we still have some line of tensions. We still have some geometry that's going on. And we have some powerful ones that is shining upon us. We have the earth and the moon. The sun is looking at it, okay? We are the sun right now. So we have this quincunx between Mercury and the earth and the moon. So that means we have a line of energy of transmission that is strong, and the placement here is very interesting because it's speaking of aligning our human race to a level of philanthropy, altruism, generosity that has to go through admitting and processing karma. So some of you, if you've been processing past events and reviewing past events from your life, some of you past lifetimes, okay, this is what's happening. We're receiving a lot of light codes. Hatria, a lot of light codes for us to realign our karmic wheel. So kind of purge all of this, release some of the old as far as admitting our mistakes to, whoever we need to admit it, but especially to ourselves, have a lot of compassion, a lot of forgiveness through this process, because it's supposed to put those people that actually do this energy work into positions of leadership. And what I mean by leadership, it's not what you see all there on TV. What I mean by leadership, it's energy leadership. That means your vibration, when you vibrate and calibrate high on this frequency scale, you actually become a strong influence on Earth. Whether it's transmitted on broadcasts like TV and radio. Okay? This is important, and a lot of light workers know about this, starseed, whatever little spiritual label you want to use. But this is a big cleanup energetically that we see the earth is going through as far as the sun ray. So this is part of the portal. Some of you, if you want to make it, and some people are like, oh my God, there's a portal. What should I be doing? This is as simple as introspection. Why do I say simple? Because especially here, we have another line of energy. And we have here Venus in a placement that is speaking of contemplation. And it's fast-paced, so quincunx with Uranus right now. And this line of energy, which is interesting because the placement of Uranus here from the heliocentric codes, okay, closer to astronomy, okay, I'm reaching higher in the perception of things, okay. This is actually the placement on the matrix here that speaks where we have Chiron. So we have a lot of energies towards our personal wounds and to contemplate on them. Audrey is not getting popular today either. Okay, but I don't care because I gotta talk about those things. This is about contemplation as far as the things that you may have gone through, okay, that may have affected, we know Master Teacher of Love, may have affected your level of heart openness. Maybe you want to protect yourself. That doesn't mean you're not a nice person. It has nothing to do with this. It's how much you're able to open your heart. How much are you able to let whatever energy come through you? So if you need to transmute it, you transmute it. If you need to piggyback and align on it, you piggyback and align on it. It's like kind of surfing. The way that I can talk about those energies like surfing. You're in the ocean. You feel the waves. Some of them you're gonna take them and some of them you're not. Okay? So we have those energies, but we have also Grand Trine. And Grand Trine allows some of you, the way you speak about yourself, you gotta upgrade this, okay? About your experience on Earth. And we're gonna know why. Because this Grand Trine, so you see it? We actually have one also with Pluto. So we have two Grand Trines. Where are my hands going? They're disappearing. Okay, and here that's the Earth and the Moon that is trine to Mars, which is interestingly is part of what we've gone through. Mars has been there, done that, okay? And here this is about freedom. It wants to free you. So the light codes with what you're resonating, you're admitting yourself some of the mistakes so you can step into a role of leadership, of energy leadership, okay, that frees you and that allows you to find power. So there's a change here, an evolution. We are evolving in the way we perceive power, in the way we perceive energy moving. This is why I was telling you, leadership in terms of spiritual leadership, this is going to be very different. And why do I insist on this? Look at this little Jupiter here. It's actually in the last degrees of Pisces. We know what that means. Some things are ending. And that means some of the old spiritual leadership or spiritual manipulation or just all the things that has to do with religion, some of the governments. Am I going to be... Anyway, anything that has to be with distortion in power, we have strong codes with Jupiter that expands this energy, that expands and allows, especially here, allows people to be grouped and partner up energetically, because here we have Saturn that is in a placement of Aquarius that speaks of friendship. And you see here, friendships, okay, that are sextile here with the end. So that means there's literally a shift energetically of people that are going to be self-serving, that are going to magnetize and just be more together. The ones that are doing the work, you're breaking free from those karmic patterns. You're being offered a lot of flow, energy flow, in terms of your freedom. Now remember one thing, is that in order to have this freedom, you have to deal with those quincunx energy. And here especially, this is about your level of generosity. And that doesn't mean giving away your money. That means here more your heart openness. Okay, how much can you let your heart be open in the presence of pain, in the presence of negativity? And that comes from rehearsing your own aura boundaries, because otherwise you're going to be sheltered home. You need to be out in the world, and you be the light that travels. Okay, so some of you, this is an important flow that's going to be allowed for you, but that means you need to be able to self-master some of your personal light abilities. This is why I love heliocentric astrology, because it really allows us to see some of the upgrades as far as consciousness from the sun's perspective. Here we have an opposition, okay, because I need to talk about this as far as your truth. We have Neptune here that is in the placement that is the last degrees of Aquarius. This is a placement that is number 66, and that means you should know what is good and what is bad. You should be able to free yourself from things that are making you feel bad, from things that are not good for you, that are not good for others. So there's, again, a lot of energy conditions for the flow to come through, okay? So again, can you admit your own mistakes to yourself? Can you have compassion for yourself? Can you have forgiveness for yourself? Can you recognize the things that you do that are not good for you? And maybe ripple out, because remember, there is some leadership that wants to come through, and it wants to come through from a spiritual standpoint where we are evolving, where we are recognizing that we are all one. Heliocentric astrology is going to be very expanded in the ways of looking at things, okay? This is really from us being a small, small little point as far as this. So Chiron is right now in the placement that speaks of alchemy. That means you're receiving a lot of energy from the sun that is helping and supporting you to alchemize your wounds. And remember, it's very interesting, but on the matrix, on the physical layer, this little Chiron is placed here, where we have Uranus from the sun's point of view. And that means that you are being pushed to evolve. You're being pushed to evolve, and you are being given and granted a lot of energy for this purpose. So some of you, call it in. Call in the energy process. Some of you, you are part of the temple. We are doing those meditation. We are transmuting a lot of past lifetimes actually this week. We're allowing to purge some of the soul star chakra, the earth star chakra, especially for the past lifetimes and the ones deeper under us, you know, that kind of recall some of the experiences on earth. So some of you, that might be something that you want to look into as far as energy work, clearing some of the 8th chakra resonance, 9th, 10th, okay, so things that are closer to your aura, that are spiritual. But if you're struggling energy-wise, know that you can just use first my frequency healing playlist, where we are removing a lot of negative conditionings, anger, grief, sadness, manipulation from broadcast, manipulation from past, narcissistic, empathic, dynamic, a lot of not staying true to yourself, so being duplicit, not being authentic. A lot of those things, you have to go through the process and allow yourself to forgive yourself for those experiences, because this is your goal. Your wisdom through those experiences is your goal. So this is what we have for this portal. This is kind of like the way to hop on that portal, the way to access a new vision. A new vision of what? A new vision of yourself. So when you see yourself differently, guess what? You have a brand new pair of eyes. You can see and look at the world and look at others differently. And you will attract people that will vibrate with you through that vision. I've been seeing it. I've been seeing how attracting, randomly walking and just having those conversations with people. I'm like, where was those people last year or 2 years ago? It feels good. feels good. It shows you your own, and remember, we're all mirrors. It shows you your progress. You're here. I'm a mirror for you. I'm a mirror for your potential. So that's what we have for this upcoming end of the week. So I'm not going to cover more as far as the energy for the weekend, because pretty much the past forecasts were really in resonance. So if you want to look at the emotional dynamic, you can watch the one yesterday. If you want to see the full moon, that was Monday. If you want to see kind of the whole week energy, you'll see it's Tuesday. So you can review those for broadcasts. They will give you a lot of insights as far as all the layers, spiritual layer, mental layer, emotional layer, the freaking moon, which is your subconscious. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. I will see you next week. Namaste. But I will come back for the zodiac sign, and I will probably come back just for much. Namaste.